NFL, where Aaron Rodgers is returning to the Steelers next season. Our NFL insider Jonathan Jones reports Rodgers is signing a one-year deal with Pittsburgh. The deal is worth $22 million guaranteed and $25 million with incentives per NFL Network. It will mark Rodgers' second season in the Steel City and his first under new head coach Mike McCarthy. The two won a Super Bowl together in Green Bay. Last season, Rodgers led the Steelers to the AFC North title, but they were beaten in the wild card round at home by the Texans. Rodgers will turn 43 in December. Joining me now is Charles Davis. And CD, Aaron Rodgers is going back to Pittsburgh for year two. What is your initial reaction to that announcement?
I'm absolutely shocked, Danny. Absolutely shocked. I cannot believe he's going back to Pittsburgh. I thought he was going to Arizona. I thought he's going to a retreat somewhere and just leaving the whole thing. I think I heard lately it's been ice cream with teammates in Pittsburgh. So I thought maybe they would just go off somewhere and go to a car. We all knew this was coming. Matter of when and matter of, no if involved at all. Just a matter of when it was going to get done. I don't know much about the inside of negotiations. I follow what our great insiders tell us, like Jonathan Jones, and heard stuff about was money a holdup, was this a holdup, whatever. But it was inevitable, and Pittsburgh had to have it, Danny. Absolutely had to have it. Otherwise, if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you would be contemplating who's going to start at quarterback for us. Mason Rudolph, Will Howard, or the rookie Drew Aller. Aaron Rodgers was the plan A, B through Z, and then we'll see what happens starting in 2027. But for this year, it was Aaron Rodgers or Pittsburgh. It was going to be in a world of hurt as far as I'm concerned. I know they've talked about having confidence in the other guys, but that's what you always say. But if you're going to contend, Aaron Rodgers needed to be the quarterback of this team this year, the way they're constructed.
Last year, Rodgers made his announcement in June that he'd be going to Pittsburgh. So it's May right now. He's making that decision a little bit earlier this year. What does that say about Rodgers wanting to get in the building and be around everyone earlier?
I just think it's a comfort zone, Danny. You go back to last season, as you mentioned, signing in June and then coming and going through an entire season. There's an air of familiarity around there. There's no reason to wait any longer. They got done what they needed to. The contract was agreed upon. Time to go to work. Plus, it's a brand new head coach, even though it's a coach he has familiarity with because he was with him in Green Bay. But he signed with Pittsburgh last year in large part, almost in main, because Mike Tomlin was the head coach. You remember at the end of their time in Green Bay, there was a lot of talk that Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy were no longer reading out of the same book. That probably has been patched up over time. But hey, it's still brand new place for both of them, new start, different time frame. But yeah, he's been with this squad for a year. It was time to go get to work.
Not a new relationship, though, between Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy. They've spent over 10 seasons in the NFL together. What kind of advantage does this give Pittsburgh's offense right out of the gate this upcoming season?
I think it allows, Aaron to speak shorthand to the rest of the locker room. Because one of the things that you see when coaches are hired, a lot of times they bring people in that they're familiar with or familiar with them that are significant players that can speak the language to the rest of the locker room to shorten the learning curve. You remember when Tom Brady signed with Tampa Bay, it was no accident that Gronk came along with him. And Gronk can tell the rest of the guys, I can tell you exactly what that look means. I can tell you exactly what he means by that. I can tell you exactly what this is going on and help people acclimate quicker. Aaron Rodgers would do the exact same thing for these Pittsburgh Steelers about understanding Mike McCarthy, knowing him from the past. Obviously, Mike's added different things along the way. Remember, he's been the head coach of Dallas since that time frame as well and changed some of the things he's going to do. But the core, the essence, the basics, their leader has worked with their leader previously. So the two guys leading the team know each other well, and now that can be transmitted to the rest of the team through their quarterback very easily.
Now that Pittsburgh has their guy in Aaron Rodgers, how does that shake up the AFC North?
I think it tells us that Pittsburgh, and this comes from Mr. Rooney and the rest of the people up top, they're not about to strip things down to the core and start over like a lot of franchises would, where they go, okay, we're truly in rebuild mode. They believe they should just add pieces and contend as best they can. This team won the North last year. Cincinnati scores points. We know that. Cleveland to be determined, but we know they play really good defense. Baltimore under new management with a new defensive head coach, but their nemesis, Derrick Henry's still there. Lamar Jackson comes back this year, should be healthier than he was last year, although he did learn how to play without his legs. So all those things go into the hopper. But the last image we had of Pittsburgh was losing at home to Houston in a playoff game. The Houston's offense wasn't particularly good. It was a 7-6 game in the fourth quarter, but Pittsburgh couldn't score, couldn't move the ball. Offense has to be better, and they've done some good things in the offseason. When you think about adding Jeremy Bernard as a receiver and bringing other people in for them, Brad Michael Pittman as a receiver out wide. And Rico Dowdle is probably one of the most underrated signings at running back. Really good player, and he adds to things with Jaylen Warren. And so their offense will get a little bit of a kickstart, and Rodgers will be directing it. But they understand that in their division, they've got to be able to consistently score more points.
Whether or not Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers go play in the big game, let's say the Super Bowl, is this the retirement lap for Rodgers, considering we didn't know if he was coming back this season or not?
It's a great question, and I think we'll all stand by with whatever our snack of choice is, right? And watch and see. Each year, it feels like this could be the last year. But I think that what we all need to grasp and understand is that no matter what you think of Aaron Rodgers, no matter what your image is of him, no matter what you believe you're seeing, hearing, what have you, the man loves the game of football. He loves playing football. He doesn't need this. I know that. All right. There's a million things he could be doing. He's one of the most intelligent people I've ever been around. I've known him since he was in college at Cal. All right. He can do so many other things, but he loves playing football. So I never count out it may be a one-year contract, but I'm not willing to say that, hey, if Aaron Rodgers plays well this year, he may want to play another year. So each year we watch it, we observe it, we take it in. Could it be? Perhaps. Better enjoy it while it's here, but I'd never say never with Aaron Rodgers. Because if they have a big year, he may very well want to keep on going. And this is a Pittsburgh Steelers team that, forget the Super Bowl, Danny. Okay, as much as everybody's aiming for it, we're just trying to win a playoff game in Pittsburgh. I haven't done that since 2016, which is absolutely stunning when you think about it.
All right, so some big goals ahead for the Pittsburgh Steelers. CD, thank you so much for joining us here on CBS Sports HQ. Big news for Aaron Rodgers. He's going back to the Steelers. Here's where his career ranks in the NFL. 4 MVPs, touchdown to interception ratio, first in the NFL. We'll see if he can keep these kinds of stats up as he turns 43 years old later this year.
If you had a